So I finally hit $1 million. That's pretty cool. It's actually really amazing. So I'm doing some traveling right now, and I just happened to wake up and I'm checking the statistics on my channels, and this is the first channel that I hit $1 million. So a lot of my family, they don't really know what I do specifically, so I didn't really know who to share this with, so I'm going to share it with you guys. So here is one of my channels. If you've been watching the channel for a while, I have a lot of channels, but this is the first one to hit $1 million. Now, this definitely wasn't overnight. As you can see, this channel actually started back here in September 2017. It didn't make any money for close to a year, as you see right here. And here in 2020, you can see it just really ramped up. I mean, during this time right here in looks like the end of 2020, it was making over $1,000 per day. So this channel was really an inspiration. I had other channels before that, but this one is the first one that really took off. So it's just really amazing, especially since when I first started YouTube, I didn't know if it was going to work. And it was just, I did a lot of videos and I bought a lot of videos and it was kind of questionable. And then finally, when I got monetized, I was only making, $30, $40 a day, which was nice. It helped pay for my rent in Los Angeles, but I didn't really think it was going to be a consistent way of living. But then around this time in 2020, I got really lucky because on my day job, a lot of the clients kind of stopped working with me because of COVID. So everything was shut down. So while a lot of people lost their jobs, I got really lucky, and I'm really thankful for that, because during this time, the channel just exploded in my perspective during that time. And I was able to make it without my day job during that time. So that was in 2020. And again, I started that, 2.5 years before. So all the work that happens 2.5 years before, it takes a lot of patience to see that return. And also a funny story is you never really know where you're going to come up with ideas or which video next is going to be your breakout video. So during this time, this is a review channel that I have. So during this time, I was buying a lot of reviews from people, and this was just product reviews. But one time, one of the reviewers asked me if I could pay them through something called Cash App. And I thought, what the heck is that? Because during that time, I was just sending out payments through PayPal and through Venmo. So I did a little research on what Cash App was. I didn't really know what it was during that time. And I just agreed to, I said, yeah, that's fine. No problem. I'll send you payment through Cash App. And as I was learning about Cash App, I decided to do a couple of videos about it. And during this time right here, those videos from Cash App exploded. So had I not been out there making videos, and I thought, well, I'm learning a new software, I may as well make some videos on it as well. If I didn't have that interaction with that person who wanted me to pay them through Cash App because they didn't have Venmo or they didn't have PayPal, it might have changed my career in YouTube. So you just never know which video or which person is going to change your perspective or your opportunity in YouTube. So that was kind of interesting. Also, another interesting story you might want to hear about my YouTube experience is actually before this time right here, I had been doing YouTube for about a year before then. Some miscellaneous channels, they didn't really take off. They still pay to this day, but some of them only make, like $75, $80 per month. But the reason I thought about YouTube is because one of my coworkers, actually, he worked for a different company, but we became friends, and he used to tell me about his younger brother. And his younger brother, he would always tell me, he's always overdraft on his account. He's always asking his rich attorney dad for money. And he was always in the nightclubs, always out partying and drinking. Just not very a responsible younger brother. And mind you, at that time, I think he was probably around, 24, 25 years old. But then one time my friend called me and said, it's crazy because my brother, the younger brother, who's kind of irresponsible, got a letter from Google or from YouTube saying, hey, we got this $35,000 that we need to send you, but we've been trying to send it to you. It's going to end up going to the state of California if you don't claim it. So then he contacted them and said, what the heck's this for? But it turns out he had done some videos when he was out partying in some dance clubs in Los Angeles or California or wherever. And some of those videos took off. So during that time, the ads were just kind of racking up over the years. I don't know how many years it was, but he hadn't set up his payment method. So the money just sat there. And I thought to myself, that's such a freaking huge payout, $30,000. I didn't know that people got paid off of YouTube. So that got me thinking. I went online, started investigating how to do YouTube because I was already doing blogs before then, but I didn't understand you can make money on YouTube. So that's kind of one of the reasons why it inspired me to start doing YouTube. Another inspiration was Pat Flynn. When I was driving for Uber to make ends meet, I would always listen to podcasts. And one of his podcasts, he said that he made a lot of money on Bluehost. It's basically a web hosting service, but during that time, they were paying $75 if you refer a customer. But he was telling a story about how he created a tutorial on how to create a website as Bluehost, and he had his affiliate link in Bluehost. So a lot of people watched that video, and it was really a simple video. I think it was like maybe 7 minutes and just setting up a really basic website. But so many people watched it and so many people signed up for Bluehost that he was making, I think it was $30,000 per month in referral fees from Bluehost. And again, during that time, I thought that's such a crazy amount of money, $30,000 per month just from Bluehost. So of course I did videos on Bluehost and they didn't take off. off, but that was just one of a few different inspiration points that made me decide to go ahead and start YouTube. And it's pretty crazy because during this time right here, I was making $30,000 per month on just this one channel alone. Now this channel is kind of going down, as you can see right here. So it's still making, between $300 and $400 per day, which is freaking awesome. And I feel totally lucky that I had those paths in life where somebody inspired me to kind of research it and to give it a shot. And looking back now, when I started this channel, this is a faceless channel. So my face is not on this particular channel, and it's garnered, 200,000 subscribers. But I know that if I was showing my face and building a connection with my audience, this could be double or triple what it is today. So if you happen to be watching this video and you're looking for inspiration and, you're kind of scared to get behind the camera, I totally understand it. It's pretty easy for me to say, just do it. But, all of us have that mental block that says, what if people criticize, the way my hair looks or the way that I speak? And that's totally fine. So just do whatever you feel most comfortable with, because the fact of the matter is, if someone tells you, just start a YouTube channel or just do this, you're not going to be ready until you're ready. Nobody knows your life better than you. For now, I'm okay speaking on camera, but also that's after thousands or maybe even tens of thousands of videos that I've done. So it's definitely something that you have to build up to. If you would have told me to start speaking on camera back here in 2017, I would have thought, no freaking way. Also, another funny thing about this particular channel is, for some reason on some of the videos, especially some of the videos that I bought, the reviews aren't really the best. So you get a lot of hate comments, just talking a lot of trash. And now I just kind of laugh at it. I always tell my friends that the negative comments make less of an impact when I look inside my bank account, but sometimes they still hurt and they're still kind of weird to read. But definitely, if you're making $1,000 per day or $500 per day from your channel, those negative comments definitely have less of an impact than back here. Because I remember some of the comments that came in during 2017, I was just think about them for days and days and days. Like, I didn't think that I spoke that bad. I didn't think the review was that bad. Why would they say that? But it's just a huge mental block. And, I think that we should probably care what people say about us and take it into consideration, but it shouldn't be devastating for days or even weeks. So again, that's something that you would have to build up to. And actually, when thinking about negative comments, I couldn't even imagine somebody like Justin Bieber or, these famous stars where you have millions of people each day just saying so many horrible things about you, even though they don't really know you personally. So I think that one is I feel lucky that I'm not in that position. But also at the same time, they have freaking hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank. So maybe they see the negative comments and thought, yeah, well, I don't really care because I have $100 million and I'm going to fly to Spain and stay there for 3 months in a $20,000 a night hotel. So maybe they just don't care. I have no idea. So anyhow, I guess the point of this video is, one is I just wanted to share this with someone and maybe share it with myself, because I can look back on this video and it's a pretty big milestone to have made $1 million from one YouTube channel, especially since I didn't really know if it was going to work or not. And it was just a test project. And now here we are. So this video is definitely not meant to brag. It's just kind of I guess more of a record keeping and, maybe share a little inspiration if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, if you've been watching my channel. And hopefully I'll be able to check in a few years and, this channel's at $2 million. Who knows? Thanks a lot.